Hello, everybody. Welcome to my little channel, Chess Strategy. Today we are looking at a two-mover, that is white to go and checkmate black in two moves. Our pawn is going up, so we are one step away from promotion. And then, of course, the black pawns are going down in this diagram. This one is, I think, pretty tricky. It took me some time to find out how we do this in two moves. So let's see if you can be quicker than me. Pause your video, see, look at all the variations, and see if you can find out how white wins this in two moves. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. Okay, so there's a lot of moves to look at. Let's first just establish this is not a Zugzwang puzzle. Then it would be this pointless move here, perhaps, and see if black is forced to do a move that brings him to checkmate. But he can do anything. He can move like a pawn here, and we are not threatening any checkmate. In fact, we cannot even check. Yeah, we can promote this to a knight and check, but that is not checkmate. Okay, so we have to be a bit active and really do something that will threaten a checkmate. So, okay, we have a pawn here. Let's see what happens if we promote it. We promote it to a queen, and we might have some cool stuff here. But we are actually not threatening checkmate either. So black will again just do a random move with the pawn, and we don't have a checkmate. Check here it will just be taken. So it's not mate in two. Okay, what if we promote to a knight? Oh, sorry, that was not a knight. Here it comes. There's the knight with the check. But, well, king comes to g8. And again, now we don't even have a check. So, of course, then we don't have a checkmate. No, the pawn has to stand there. It's protecting the g8 square. So it makes black king a little bit more fenced in here. So the pawn has to stay. And of course, as we looked at, there's no point in moving the bishop. There's no point in moving the king. That will just get back more room. So, what should we do? Let's look at the queen first. Well, this is a pretty obvious try, of course, to just simply take this bishop on d8, and then we are threatening checkmate here. Could this be the solution? No, it's not that easy. Black can actually move his king to g7, putting himself into the threat of a discovered check here, but we don't have a discovered check that will really brings this to a checkmate now. You can do this, and then it can go back. And of course, it's a checkmate in the next move, but that makes it 3 in total. And we want to do it in 2. So what about moving the queen to d6? And then we are threatening queen h6 checkmate. Well, black can put his bishop in between and block this attempt to checkmate, and we are again back to 0. So back from the start. But it turns out, of course, that if the black bishop moves, then there is a checkmate with the queen here. So the queen fills a very important task here on b8, and it should be there. So we're down to the rook. We have to move the rook somewhere to checkmate in two moves. I thought, this was my first thought, this looks like a pretty cool move. And now we're threatening some sort of discovered check here. Black cannot take it because of the checkmates here. But it turns out this is not correct either. Let's again move this pawn here. And we don't have a discovered checkmate. We have a discovered check, yes, and the king cannot move. But of course our rook is hanging, so it doesn't make a checkmate. And if we promote to a knight, it's a double check. Then he cannot take our rook, but we don't have any control over the g8 square, so the king can just escape there. All right, that was all the interesting but not correct key moves. Here comes the right one. Are you ready? Rook to c6. We are threatening a checkmate with the rook here, and black cannot stop it. He can put the bishop in between, as we looked at before, but then we have the queen to g8 with a checkmate. And I quickly disregarded this move first because black can simply take the rook. But what happens when he moves this pawn away from the b file? Well, then it opens up for queen b1. And this is a checkmate. This is a very beautiful checkmate. We got the queen and the bishop covering everything, and of course the pawn covering the last one here. So that is a checkmate. And really, there's nothing else black can do. It cannot move the king, and if it just moves this pawn, well, then we're gonna go ahead with our plan. Checkmate on h6 with our rook. So that is the key move here from the position. Rook c6, and if you found it, you're very good player. If you managed to find it within a minute, I would say then you did a phenomenal job. Very good. Thank you for watching. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.